What's up? It's your boy Dynast. At the end of this video, make sure you go to www.dynastmere.com. Check out our indigenous African art, jewelry, fashion, and accessories. Also go to search for Uhuru.com. Learn more information. Learn about the documentary we're shooting and also contribute towards the documentary. And last but not least, go to Amazon.com. Search your name, Dynast Amir. Check out the books. I wrote them. I cite my sources when need be. I didn't plagiarize any of my books like some of these scam artists here in the conscious community. So check out the books. Buy one. I made them affordable, so comp one. Wanted to shoot this video on, and I wanted to direct this to a lot of the, and I say westernized African Obama apologists. Now, when I say westernized African, that's an African, maybe first generation, second generation that left Africa. And usually if you ask why they left Africa is because, leadership is terrible, corruption, lack of opportunity. Then they, come to the West. And again, a lot of times when I speak to, I would say a African that left Africa to come to the West, they always harp on how leadership is terrible and how the government is corrupt. And the majority of time, in fact, I always agree with them and I sympathize with them. And I show great empathy. Because it's a lot, for the most part, it's true. But for some odd reason, when Black Americans speak on how terrible the leadership is amongst our Black leaders, the Black caucus, and how terrible the leader Obama is, these same Africans that complain about the terrible leadership in Africa become Obama apologists and don't sympathize for the Black Americans that are pointing out how Barack Obama has done nothing for Black people, how everything he has done has been adverse to Black people, and same thing with the Black caucus. But still, there's some westernized Africans that agree with me, but then at the same time, there are a lot that still are drinking the Obama Kool-Aid and eating the Obama jollof rice. So all I want to say is, if you take Barack Obama and the Black caucus and you stick them into your country where the leadership is terrible, you will still have the same result. If you use Barack Obama and the Black caucus to replace those terrible leaders in the countries that you left to come to the West in, the situation will not change, and you will still be dealing with terrible leadership. And that's the point we're trying to make. Ever since Obama has been in office, the situation has been worse for Black people than any other, well, I'm not going to say any other president, but it didn't get any better. We'll leave it at that. So if you take that same leadership, the people, the president you want to worship, because you drink the Obama Kool-Aid, if you put them in, and you put Obama and the Black caucus in your country, your very country where you complain about the leadership, where you up and left to come to the West because the leadership was terrible, the country would still be in the same dire, bad situation that it's in. And the reason why I titled this video that Barack Obama is Blaise Compaore, I'm sorry if I butchered that, I apologize. Basically, he's the guy that murdered or played a role in the assassination of Thomas Sankara. It's because Barack Obama would have done the same thing. You have a man that ruled with great integrity, that was an upright standing man, which the name Burkina Faso stands for, or is translated as. Okay? Who did everything the right way, who was the perfect example of a Black leader, who was assassinated and taken out by his own people, who was betrayed by the man, Blaise Compaore, who helped Thomas Sankara regain leadership. If the West would have approached Barack Obama and say, hey, we're going to make you the ruler of Burkina Faso. We're going to give you a bunch of Mercedes which Thomas Sankara sold. In fact, they had a fleet of Mercedes-Benz that the leadership would drive around. Thomas Sankara sold them and reinvested that money back into his people, which these leaders aren't doing. They're not. Barack Obama's not doing it. The Black Caucus isn't doing it. So if the West if Barack Obama was Blaise Compaore and the West approached Barack Obama and said, hey, we're going to give you the opportunity of a lifetime. We're going to make you leader. We're going to give you a nice fat check, unlimited loans from the IMF, all this stuff. You just have to take out your boy Thomas Sankara. He has to go. Barack Obama would have gladly accepted. If you don't believe me, look at Gadaffi. Look what he did to Gadaffi. So for 1 minute, my westernized African friends that worship Obama but complain about leadership at home, if you really think that if Obama will become the leader or was the leader of your country, if you really think the situation would change because you drink or eat the Obama jollof rice, the Obama peanut butter stew, if you really think the situation would change, it wouldn't. It would just be the same or even be worse. Trust me. Believe me on this one. Like I said, if you remove Blaise Compaore and instead replace him with Barack Obama, and if the West, the CIA, FBI, whomever, approached Barack Obama and said, hey, your boy Thomas Sankara that you helped, rule or take over with Burkina Faso, it's time for him to go. And we're going to give you everything you want, and you will become leader of Burkina Faso, and we will support you. All you got to do is help us assassinate him and set him up. If you think Barack Obama would have said, you know what, I'm not going to do it, think again. He would have participated and done it. And if you don't believe me, the proof is Gadaffi. He had no problem with taking out Gadaffi for no reason. So this is the guy you guys idolize. This is the guy you guys worship. And ever since Gadaffi was killed, murdered by Obama and Hillary Clinton, the Somalian migrant, the Ethiopian and Somalian migrant situation has become worse. I mean, Libya was a safe haven for the most part. I'm not going to say it was perfect, but a lot of Africans, they will go to Libya for amnesty and be fine, and Gadaffi would accept them. Now they try to escape to Libya to go to Italy. They're getting their organs ripped out their bodies and sold on the black market. They're being murdered. But this is all because of your boy Barack Obama. There was nothing going on in Libya. There would be peace in that region. But no, your boy Barack Obama, who's a puppet of the West, decided to destabilize that region. Not thinking about the millions of people he was going to affect adversely, and not how he was going to destabilize that portion of the country, that region of the continent, He's just a puppet of the West. So again, my westernized African friends, if you think for 1 minute that Obama's a great guy and you just want to be an apologist for Barack Obama, put him in your country and let him rule. And I guarantee you he will still be a puppet of the West, and the situation in your country will be just as bleak as it is now with the corrupt leaders than with Obama. So replace that leader in the country that's just doing so bad because of the corruption and terrible leadership with Obama, and the result will be the same. You'll still have corruption and a terrible situation. Follow me on social media, search for Uhuru on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Dynasamir. Till next time, I'm out.